Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Lee. I come from the northern part of Semenanjung, Malaysia or Peninsular Malaysia, Bukit Mentajam, and it's in the Perai area, Seberang Perai, and very near to Butterworth. So actually that is my hometown. I was born there and educated primary school to secondary school in convent. Okay, convent Bukit Mentajam CBM. And to all convent girls out there, we are sisters. Okay, right. Today I will share with you simple present tense lesson 19. Simple present tense lesson 19. So actually I'm uploading my book 2, level 2, and there are 40 chapters or lessons altogether, and we are at lesson 19. So we are 21 lessons away before this book is completed. So I will finish this book once I reach lesson 40, because there are 40 lessons altogether. So as I mentioned in the previous video, in my opinion, we should learn forms of the verb before branching out to the different tenses, because from forms of the verb we learn that we need to change the verbs, the form of the verbs. So like you put s, put ed, put en, put ing to the verb, that it changes. So it changes according to the tenses actually. So that is why in my book, I choose forms of the verb first before I branch out to all the different tenses. So today we are at lesson 19, simple present tense. The rule of simple present tense. Firstly, simple present tense tells us that something happens all the time, or sometimes, or even seldom. Seldom means to say it still happens. The only thing is not all the time, but in the long term it happens. So words like seldom, always, usually, often, once a week or every month, we need to use simple present tense. And simple present tense has this rule. Remember our 7 pronouns: I, you, we, they, he, she, it. 7 pronouns. So for simple present tense, I, you, we, or they, for the verb that follows I, you, we, or they, we cannot put s. But if we are using he, she, or it, and our meaning is it happens all the time, then the verb you must put s. Okay, so as usual, we don't have enough space, so I will read and you listen. Or if you have this book, please turn to page 53. So I seldom listen to the radio in my room. Remember, I, you, we, they, verb cannot put s. Listen. Seldom is not all the time, maybe once in 2 weeks or once a month, but it still happens over a long time. So we use simple present tense. So I, you, we, they, verb cannot put s. They always wash their feet before they sleep. So again, always, all the time. I, you, we, they, verb cannot put s. It usually eats fish and rice. He, she, it, put s to the verb. Usually is, maybe, very, very, it happens quite regularly. He often meets, he, she, it, verb cannot put s. He often meets up with his friends in the library. Okay, he, she, it, the verb you must put s. I, you, we, they, verb cannot put s. You sometimes sleep very early at night. Sometimes, but it still happens. She practices her piano once a week. Once a week means every week once, so it's every week already. So he, she, it, you must have s to the verb. Now can you see ses behind? If behind is s, it is a verb. If behind is a c, it's a noun. This is a verb. We are talking about verbs now. Nothing to do with nouns. Okay, So do not put CES, you should put SES. We clean up our house every month. IUV day, clean, cannot put S, then you use every to show that it's happening all the time. So exercise 2. Exercise 2, you can see that I do not use IUV day, he, she, it, which we call pronouns. I don't use anymore. I now change to a different subject. Now I use one person, one animal, one thing, one place. So when I use one animal, one thing, one place, one person, the verb we must put S. But if I am talking about more than one person, more than one animal, more than one thing, more than one place, the verb cannot put S. Cannot put S to the verb. Number 1, Mr. Lin and his family go out during weekdays. Weekdays, you see the S there, it means from Monday to Friday, every time. So because it's every time, we use simple present tense. What is the rule? You can see N tells us that it is more than one. So the verb cannot put S. So go. Those kittens like. Those means all over there. More than one. That is why kittens, you see S there. So more than one animal. The verb like cannot put S. So those kittens like to play under the table. The stars, I put S there. It shows that it's many, it's not one. So the verb cannot put S. Many cannot put S. One put S to the verb. At night means every night. So again, because our meaning, or we write every, therefore we use simple present tense. My brother, no S. No S to the person, no S to the verb, no S to the person, no S to the animal, no S to the thing, no S to the place. That means we mean one. When we mean one, the verb you must put S next. Now don't worry about always. I see students, or I see people who learn from me. When they use always, they don't put S. Although they are talking about one person, and I tell them it's not right, because always is not a verb, always is not a noun, always is an adverb. So why is it you see always got S, the verb you don't put S? We put S to the verb because of the noun, because of a person, animal, thing or place. But always is not an animal, it's not a person, it's not a thing, it's not a place. So it doesn't affect our answer. You have to remember that. Puan Ida sometimes cooks. So my brother always makes toy cars. Puan Ida sometimes cook chicken curry for her family. Puan Ida is one person. So the verb cook, you must put S. And again, it's the same old story. Students see sometimes with the S here, so cook, they don't put S. But again, I tell you, sometimes it's not a noun. We put S to the verb because of the noun. And the noun is people, animals, places, and things. Sometimes it's not a person, it's not an animal, it's not a thing, it's not a place. So it does not affect our answer. Our answer, we still must put S because we are talking about one person. Okay? These children play in the playground every evening. These, or more than one. And you can see children. If I put R-E-N, it means more than one. If there's no R-E-N, child, then it's one. Now I've heard people reading chill. No, it's not chill, it's child. And then children more than one, play cannot put S. So play in the playground every evening. Every tells you that it happens all the time. So we have to use simple present tense. That old woman usually walks where? usually walks around the neighborhood. Now, woman, that will tell you is 1. This will tell you is 1. M-A-N is 1. M-E-N is more than 1. So this is definitely 1. Usually, walk, you must put S, walks around the neighborhood, because one person, one animal, one thing, one place, the verb you must put S. Parang and Rahul is the same as number 1. And when you see the word and, it means more than 1. So often swim, verb cannot put S, because we are talking about more than 1 person, animal, place or thing. Swim where? In the river behind their house. The badminton players got S, that means more than 1. Train cannot put S. Train here means to practice all the time. So again, you can see every here, so it shows that we are using the simple present tense. This hawker sells. This, T-H-I-S, means 1. That, T-H-A-T, means 1. T-H-E-S-E, these, means more than 1. Those, T-H-O-S-E, same, more than 1. Okay, so remember, this is 1, so hawker cannot put S. We cannot put S if we are talking about 1 person, 1 animal, 1 thing, 1 place. We cannot put S to the noun, to this form. But then the verb, we must put S. So because the law or the rule tells us that 1 person, 1 animal, 1 thing, 1 place, the verb you must put S. Here the verb is sell, so you need to put S. But if we are talking about more than 1 persons, or many people, many animals, more than 1 place, more than 1 thing, then the verb cannot put S, cannot put S. So if you can remember this, it's going to be very easy for you. If you cannot remember, you have to keep practicing, you have to keep listening, or you have to keep doing the exercises, or keep reading up. So this hawker sells all kinds of food at his stall. So you can see that the verb is affected by the noun. The verb is not affected by the adverb. Always, sometimes, usually, all these are adverbs. So don't see always, oh, there's an S, so my answer no S. You are wrong. You are wrong. Unless the word, the person, animal, thing or place in front of, always and sometimes are more than 1. Example, my brothers always make, M-A-K-E, cannot put S. Why? Because I'm talking about brothers, more than 1. Always does not tell me that my answer should put S or not put S. No, it doesn't. Because always tells us that it is used in the simple present tense, that's all. It happens all the time. Alright? So same as here. Whatever it is, remember that noun and verb. Adverb does not affect. Okay? Noun and verb. So nouns, people, animals, things, places. Verb, if 1 animal, 1 place, 1 thing, 1 place, verb put S. Many persons, many animals, many places, many things, verb don't put S. That's all. Alright? So please give me a like, share and subscribe. My class ends here. If you want to buy my book, level 1, level 2 or both, WhatsApp to me 019-7878-299. And my other media platforms, my other social media platforms, if you want to learn speaking, you can go to the other platforms, because I especially focus on my lessons in my YouTube channel. Others, you go to my other channels. Okay, so goodbye and see you in the next video.